All right, so you're fired up. You're like, this project management thing is for me. I am ready because I am that kind of individual. I am positive. I am motivated. I am organized. I'm a good leader. This is it. This is what I want to do. How do I do it? Well, the good news, my friends, this job you can get going pretty quickly. You may not be running huge $1 million projects right out the gate, but you can get started as a project manager a whole lot faster than you would think. And I'm going to show you how. So there's a couple different certifications that you want to get. The best part about this is you don't have to go back to college for 4 years. Let me say that again. You don't have to go back to college. What you do is you get certified. And, again, being a guy, you heard my bio. I never went to high school or college. But what I do have is a whole lot of certifications. And these certifications, I don't want to lie to you, they're not going to be like a walk in the park. You're going to have to study. You're going to have to work hard. You're going to hit some what they call boot camps. But if you do that, you're going to be on a path to a six-figure career a lot more quickly than you would have initially thought possible. So first, once the first certification you should bang out to put yourself on your path, definitely the project management professional or the certified PMP. And this is provided by an organization that's called the PMI. And the PMI is the Project Management Institute. Big surprise there. The Project Management Institute basically years ago came up with this methodology because there's all kinds of project managers out there. And they said, okay, you know what? Let's get a handle on this whole project management thing and come up with some methodologies and also with some validators because lots of people say they're project managers, but are they really? So they created this great certification called the PMP. Now, the PMP, you can go to what's called a boot camp. And I think there are 2 or 3 weekends consecutively where basically you go to a hotel conference room with a bunch of people and you sit there and you learn about all this stuff. And at the end of it, then you're able to take the test. So you have to accumulate a certain number of these educational hours, and it's structured into a really good program. But, if you don't want to go to now they teach these at community colleges and other places. I would recommend just getting it done, going to one of these boot camps and banging them out. Now, before you do that, you might want to go ahead and do a little research ahead of time. And there's several books you can purchase, like for exam prep for PMP, and there are plenty if you go to Barnes & Noble or whatever, you can find them, or Amazon. But definitely do a little research, but then definitely go to the boot camp. Now, one of the aspects, the things, the requirement to become a project management professional is you have to show that you have experience running projects. Don't let this scare you. There are all kinds of projects in the world. Let's say hypothetically that you are an office manager. Well, I bet you've ran projects. Let's say you've moved from one building to the other, or you've implemented a new phone system, or there's a big event. All that's a project where you have resources, you have deadlines, you have specific risks that you're mitigating. All of that's project. So you just got to go through and document all of that. Get your hours, your training hours through the boot camps, and then take the test. Now, the test is hard. You're going to have to study for it. But, again, you're not going back to college. You're not going to law school here. You're going to have to work your butt off to pass it, but it's definitely something you can do. I've done it, and I have no formal education. It's no big. So really, start there. Next, Scrum Master. After going through your PMP and everything you got to do to get certified as a certified project manager professional, your Scrum training is going to be a walk in the park. Seriously. So I would really, there's a group called the Scrum Alliance. And this is their real whole job is to offer training around Agile and the Scrum methodology. To get certified as a Scrum Master, I shouldn't say all, it's a lot. But you go to a 2-day course, and the 2-day course is awesome. Let me be clear here. I don't want to in any way poo-poo it. I had a great time. I learned a ton. You do all these great team-building exercises. And at the end of the 2 days, you take a test, and it's not nearly as hard as the PMP test, and bam, suddenly you're a certified Scrum Master. I know 2 days, you're like, oh, that's no big deal. And it's not, but it's just such a great experience, and you'll really enjoy it. I highly recommend it. Next, you're going to think about your platform. Jira is a great platform, and I don't want... People are going to get mad at me for saying this, but I'm sorry. Most people using Jira have no idea what they're doing because it's like they make it really easy for you to get started, and then before you know it, you have these really complex projects that are poorly put together. If you're good at Jira and you're certified as a Scrum Master, and you got your PMP, you are golden. Like, no problem. You'll get a job. Just in the fact that if you were good in Jira alone would get you a job. But having those credentials, especially if you haven't been a project manager before, and you're trying to make that transition, you will totally make that happen. So really want to recommend those 3. But now let's say you're like, I really want to get that 6 figures as quickly as possible. I want to become super valuable and really grow as quickly as possible. Then let's take it to the next level and get a technical certification. And the ones I'd recommend getting the most approachable, but definitely they have some juice, are the Microsoft Certified Solutions Expert and Solutions Associate. The Solutions Associate, there's not as many tests. It's not as significant as the MCSE, but definitely carries a lot of juice. And each one of these is focused on a specific field or offering. So for example, there's an MCSE for BI. And let me tell you, if you're Scrum and PMP and you're running projects and you become focused as a project manager running BI projects, you're golden. You're gonna make bank. But they have cloud, they have Exchange, they have databases, anything that you're interested in, or more importantly, maybe you work for a specific company with a specific niche, you can kind of tailor your MCSE based on what your interest is. Collaboration via SharePoint, Office 365, Azure, other cloud services. These are tough. I'm not going to lie to you. You're going to have to really push yourself to learn this material, but and these will probably take you anywhere from 3 to 4 months to really study for and pass, depending on your level of technical aptitude. But if you get all 4 of these certs, you are set. You will not have to worry about your career. You will be absolutely on a path to making that money and being in a job that you're respected with heavy growth and heavy stability, and you will be in demand. So, again, start with the PMP, just get it out of the way. Go Scrum, that will be pretty easy. It's a lot of fun and it's really useful though. Get good at Jira, and then get yourself an MCSE, and your future is set. And you know what? You can do all of that while you're working in under a year. No problem. And you can get your PMP, Scrum, and Jira training in 6 months if you're hitting it hard. So that's my recommendation for you. Again, I got links to all these different certifications in the show notes, as you see right here. All right, so we're coming to the end. This was a long session, and I think we covered a lot of ground. I think, as you can tell, I really believe that becoming a project manager is a great option for a lot of folks, especially if you're not looking to become a dev or looking to become a network engineer or a systems administrator or a help desk person. You're just looking to be more business oriented. Becoming a PMP is a great way to go. And more importantly, it can jump you into other aspects of leadership in organizations. You could definitely jump into a manager director role after being a project manager for a few years and getting good experience. All right, I'm going to wrap it up right there, my friends. I hope you found this course useful. I am so stoked that we could spend this time together. I hope you're as fired up about all of this as I am. And again, if you have any questions, go ahead and email them to Perry at Six Figure Career Plan. But stick around. We got another great course coming your way.